All right, let's do it. The new movement, DJ Drewski in the building. We got Jersey City. My guy Pressure Online is pulled up.
Yes, sir.
Finally pulled up to like sit down and we could talk and chop it up, go through your history because you wear a lot of hats,
Thank you.
right? Because if we break it down, artist first,
Yes.
and then you nice with the videography, directing. I heard you like co-direct all your music videos, even if you have someone shooting.
Right. Yep.
What else do you have going on? Because I know you even like tap in with the community. You do stuff for the youth and for the community. That's like a whole different bag.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to my guy Ibn Shakur. He definitely helped me move around to do things in the community with the kids and all that. And a lot of these kids don't have guidance out here, so I try to get involved and do as much as I could, especially when they may look at me for advice. So
Right.
just positive stuff.
It's part of. I tell a lot of artists, that's part of the game. Like when you out here making music and you have a platform and people are looking up to you for even if you're a superstar or you're just in your hood that people look up to you, you got to use that, for a positive thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm glad that you are in tune with that and doing stuff like that.
Thank you.
Now, as far as the music goes, you dropped a project recently called Fear.
Right.
Can you break it down what fear means? Because they might think fear as being scared, but I
Right,
know you
right.
have a whole breakdown of what it is.
Yeah, the acronym of FAIR is finding excuses and reasons. So that came about based upon because back in March 2017, my lung collapsed randomly. And when you're on that hospital bed, man, you do a lot of thinking. And, one of the thoughts was, am I going to make it home?
Right.
Yeah.
That was probably the priority thought, like the number one thought, like,
For sure.
okay, cool, I'm feeling some pain. You might be taking Medicaid, but it's like, yo, am I going to make it home?
Yeah, man.
But you made it home.
Yeah, luckily.
Do you feel like that experience changed the way you think in life maybe a little bit?
Yeah, because
As far as timing goes, like, yo, I ain't got time to waste. Like, life could change overnight.
yeah, I took a lot of things for granted, man, before that. People, opportunities, and I didn't realize, like, yo, man, you don't have to be 50, 60, 70 years old with health problems. Like, something like that happened to me. Like, I don't smoke or drink.
Right.
And that happened to me randomly, so it taught me a lot. It definitely did.
Now, I don't know if you've seen French Montana's new cover. Have you seen it? To his new album? But it's very similar to the Fear cover. I seen the cover and I thought of you. I said, oh, it's very similar. And he went through an experience like that too, where he, I'm pulling it up for you.
Oh.
Where he was in the hospital. And so this is the tracking, right? It's very similar. But I know I think that's like the front cover of it. You know what I'm saying? Very similar to you.
I see.
So,
Wow.
and I think that was like an actual photo from his experience, but then he kind of
Of course.
recreated it for the artwork. So listen,
Wow.
you might be inspiring some people out here, Pressure.
All right, shout out to French anyway, though, man. I like his music. I like what he's doing.
Now that project actually is like over 500K in streams, I heard.
Yeah, definitely over 500,000. I'm still pushing.
For artists, that are trying to get their numbers up, is there a formula? What did you do, or what do you think worked to get you to that point doing it independently?
What I did was, shout out to one of my guys, Eddie, in the building. Eddie locked in with me, and after quarantine, he was like, yo, you want to shoot a video? Let's go. Like, come up with the treatment and all that. I think the videos helped me a lot. The more people see things, they like stuff. It's more easier for you to like something when you
Right.
can visualize it,
Right.
Yeah, so that helped me.
You feel like the visuals is really what took it over the top.
That was one of the sources, but of course you gotta get out here and touch the people.
Right.
Like, you gotta go outside, gotta go to clubs, you gotta build relationships, and that helped with like marketing stuff.
Now, besides just the actual music, there's a documentary that you're working on as well for Fear.
Right. Yep. So I'm about to release a documentary. I'm gonna show the process of everything. I'm gonna show real footage of me in the hospital, like a lot of different things of how I put the records together.
So this whole time, while you're working, cooking up, going through life experiences, you was actually filming it.
Definitely. Yep.
Like on your own, or you had somebody with you?
A little bit of both.
Gotcha.
A little bit of both. Sometimes I had to just capture things in the moment, but yep.
And was that always the vision from the beginning, or you were like, yo, let me just capture everything, I'll figure it out later? Or did you say going into it like, nah, this is gonna be part of the rollout, this is part of my plan?
To be honest with you, it kind of came natural, but I was inspired by 50's Get Rich or Die Trying
Mm.
and him telling his story. He had his movie. So I was like, man, I gotta create my movie, man. I gotta tell people what's going on.
Now, when you're doing a project like this, because we're gonna talk about the camera work you do and videography and directing, are you sitting there editing this yourself? All this
Yes.
footage, so you
Yeah.
collecting all this footage, and now you in the process of actually you sitting there editing it.
Correct. Yeah.
Do you think you can tell your story better than someone else that would be editing it? Because that's a skill. To be able to edit it is a skill, right? But you're pretty much directing your own documentary. And sometimes I feel like, they say that phrase of no one could do it better than you do it yourself. Something, you know what I'm saying? But as an editor, as a director, is it that the same train of thought? Like, yo, I want to edit this because I know the way I want it to look and the way the story to be told.
Well, for years of like doing a lot of stuff and being in like news articles and stuff, I learned that sometimes people would take the story and tell it how they want to tell it. And if they weren't physically there, it's kind of like, nah. If I have control, I just feel like everything is about taking time out to do what you want to do and what you need to do. And I feel like because of that experience of being in the hospital, I'm alive to tell it. So why not it be me?
Right.
Yeah.
I like that. I think
For
that's
sure.
I think that's the best way to approach it is, and that's what I was saying is like, yo, if I'm here to tell it, I'm gonna tell it the way I want it to be told,
Right.
and not have someone else. And because even when someone else will go there and try to piece it together, it might take even longer because now you're going back. Like, yeah, don't use that part. Use this. I know I had that. Why
Yeah.
don't we use this? Is it like 90% done already? Have you like doing small edits?
I would say right now I'm at a stage where I pieced up all of the actual audio, like the interview speaking parts and the B-roll. Now it's just kind of mastering the sound and doing the color correction. And shout out to my guy Tony Perkins. I'm gonna have him do some narration throughout the
Okay,
joint.
okay,
Yeah.
that's hard.
Yes, sir, man.
So you got to sit there, watch through it with you, and then start
Yeah. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet though. I'm not trying to like bust
like
people
20
over the head.
minutes, 15 minutes.
It's gonna be like 20 to 30, but I'm thinking of breaking it up in segments so it don't feel like a series.
Right. Well, how many records was on the project on Fair?
It was 16 records plus one skit. Yeah.
So
Or
if I
16
would,
songs.
see, if I was you, I would make the documentary timed out like 16 minutes with a extra bonus footage. You know what I'm saying? Like play off of that. I don't know.
That's fire.
I don't want to
That's
mess up your.
No, that's fire. That's fire. That's definitely fire. I didn't think of that.
Do you have a favorite record off that project that personally you rock with the most? And then that question is gonna be why, so you could knock them both out.
For sure. Wow, man, they all mean so much to me. Different parts. I say that record might have to be Regrets. It's one of my favorite joints. Regrets is talking about someone who was a friend to me, and pretty much we weren't on the best terms, and this individual happened to just pass away like untimely. So not being able to apologize,
Gotcha.
that struck me like for some time. So that's deep though, but that also is the part of fear of like, yo, like sometimes you gotta step outside your pride and like, make it happen.
Nah, I agree. I had a whole debate with wifey today. She woke up in a bad mood talking to me crazy. I said, yo, you gotta apologize. She didn't want to apologize. So you gotta apologize now.
Oh
Like,
man.
don't let your ego go, and
Yeah.
you're going through pregnancy, but you gotta apologize because you're just bugging right now. And I'm sure we all go through that.
For sure.
Now you spoke about 50 Cent, little inspiration for the documentary, but you actually, I don't know if it's worked with 50 Cent, but you did direct something, and 50 supported it.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to 50, shout out to DJ Wala. Wala actually helped draw that connection. Doing camera work as always, and the Branson Cognac started to hit the clubs.
Right.
And Wala is being one of the DJs that represent that, called me out to film it. I didn't know he was gonna give it to 50 manager or whatever, and he posted it. I remember in January, top of last year, and then July. It was 2 different commercials. And I was like, damn, that gotta be like one of the best feelings, especially that this is the individual that inspired me to like start.
Right.
Yeah.
So to see someone like 50 kind of showcasing your work,
Yeah.
like I know the
Yeah. Cause
emotions are like,
yeah,
oh damn, like this is
cause
crazy.
naturally you be like, I wish it was my music video, but nah, it's like, yo, this is something that I cut up and, I'm supporting his brand and doing what I gotta do. And,
Right.
The repost just as bad. It's not like they cut out
Art,
my
art is
logo.
art. Like,
Yeah, I appreciate it all, man.
has that ever happened to you where you've done something for someone and it hits a certain platform and you're like, yo, my whole logo is out, my whole
Um,
brand.
yeah, it happens, but I don't really get caught up in that too much when the logo get cut out. A lot of times they still tag me in the description or so
Right.
I appreciate it.
But it ain't a big deal because some people will make it a big deal. Like,
Nah, I mean credit is everything. Credit is definitely bigger than money, but I look at it like, it's always gonna be another opportunity, so don't dwell on it.
right. And outside of the Branson, work that you've done, what I do appreciate is that you know how to stay in the mix, right? So, like 2 weeks ago, I pop up to Rolling Loud, and you just out there going crazy,
Right.
like shooting. And I'm sure just being in that atmosphere, because for me, it's like inspirational. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But as a DJ, that's one thing. But as an artist, you're talking about a festival with all the biggest artists in the world. You have access to just be around them. A lot of people don't have that. So if you could speak on that experience, from an artist view.
Yeah, I'm thankful, man. It gives me an outlet to see life. It's kind of like you get the peek from around the curtains, Being a videographer, I thought it was a downfall in the beginning. I'm like, yo, man, if I got this camera in my hand, people not gonna take me serious if I say I rap. It just don't look right.
Right.
But it's like a golden key, man, to the back door, man. It gets you everywhere you need to be. Same people that you're gonna run into when you are rapping, treat them with respect, and everything will come full circle.
But not that people respect him no more, but someone like Tekashi 6ix9ine, right? You hear his story, and before he was the 6ix9ine that we like, he was shooting and doing videos for other people.
Yep, him, French. There's a couple guys out there that was doing videography for. Yep.
Because I always feel like, even myself, like as I was DJing, my first official job at Hot 97 was shooting and editing video.
Cypher Sounds.
Right, well, for Cypher, but I'm saying for Hot, like my actual paycheck, I didn't get paid to do anything about radio. It was all about video production. So
Right.
I respect it, like when you take one of your talents to get you to the next level.
Right.
So, being, the video stuff got you your name in front of 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? Got you at places like Rolling Loud. It also got you around your favorite rapper, which I believe is Lloyd Banks. Am I right?
Correct. Yep.
Boom. You see, I know my shit, Pressure. So how did that happen? The link up with Lloyd Banks.
Actually, I had a mutual friend. Shout out to Kareem. For my birthday. This was in July of this year.
Oh, recent.
Yeah, recent.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Had brought me around him. It was for my birthday. He had a show and had backstage access. Again, it's just relationships. And he just looked me out on that favor, and then met Banks, and he gave me a birthday shout out. It's on my page too, man. That was also big for me. Definitely. I felt like I was part of the unit. I'm like, all right, it's done.
Yeah, I'm part of the gang. I'm in.
Yeah.
You don't low key be like, so what's up? I do music. Let's get a record together.
You know what it is. I understand how the game go, and I also understand where certain people are at in life. I look at it like when the time is gonna be right, it's gonna be right. I don't force nothing. Like I don't hit certain DJs because I got their number. Like, yo, I need you to play. It's like I like things to organically happen because then I'll feel more appreciative of it because I feel like I work for it, and that means a lot to me.
Listen, artists, take notes. Because some artists just feel like they might have ran into you in the club, and now they could just hit you up every day, like, and they're not really showing any progression or building a relationship, which, you're good at. Besides the Lloyd Banks, you've been in a lot of situations. What's something that stood out to you the most? Or you get home and you're like, wow, I was really in this situation. Like, this is crazy. What's something? Because you've done Summer Jam stages. You know what I'm saying? Rolling Louds, like a lot of stuff that people don't experience from our view. Because even to this day, I'll get off the stage at Rolling Loud, and then I'm like, wow, we just performed in front of 50,000 people, right? So what's some of those experiences that just stuck out to you?
That's a good question. I never had that one before.
Because life moves fast, so it's hard to remember certain things.
I'll be honest with you. One of the ones, like the 50 was amazing. The Banks, amazing Summer Jam rolling loud. Um, I think the childhood dream of being on the radio, Hot 97. Thank you. Shout out to you.
Right.
Took care of me, man. I remember you had the Big Tipper record. You heard it. You're like, send me the clean. I had no idea, man. And the whole movement, just shout out to everybody, man, because I think that's like one of the greatest highlights that I had was it was around my birthday, ironically. So I felt like it was a gift to me like that. It's like around my birthday. It seems like things just keep happening. So hopefully next year it'll be a bigger situation. But I think the radio situation took me over the edge. When you hear something you produced in your household with the equipment that your mother bought you years ago and you learn how to master it, yo, that's a great feeling. And shout out to Day Uno. He on the record. He in here too. He helped me take it to different heights. So, I'm appreciative. But the radio.
Where were you when you first heard it? Were you in a car? Were you at the crib? Like, take us to your world. Where was Pressure Online? I don't even remember. Did I tell you ahead of time? Like, yo.
I think you did. I think you did. He was like, I think so. I gotta, man. Whew.
But do you remember where you were at the time?
Yeah. My brother's birthday is July 28th, the day before mine. Mine is the 29th. We was in PA at Dorney Park, and I was on my way back. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, I got to get closer to the tri-state because, pushing 11 o'clock, I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
I was so scared. I didn't even tell nobody because I was like, yo, if I tell everybody.
Yeah, you don't want to hype it up. Yeah, and then
they be like, he out here capping. Yeah, exactly. But I was on my way from PA, and I had just got in the house. And I got that on footage, too, actually. So I'll be recording everything.
Is that part of the documentary?
That's on the documentary, yep.
Fire.
Appreciate you, man.
So you had all these events, music's on the radio. On top of that, there's a billboard in Times Square.
That one too.
That's a big one too.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, being a kid and before rapping, I actually wanted to act. Like that was one of the first. Like I used to call the numbers off Disney and all. I used to try to figure it out when I was young. To go to all these different agencies and move around in Times Square and then to actually see yourself up there and it's a real authentic image of you, that blew my mind too. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Listen, you had some great experiences.
You probably think I'm lying too, but if you look on my IG, that was the week of my birthday.
Wow.
I swear to everything.
Well, when's your birthday?
July 29th.
Oh, yeah. Your brother's the 28th. You're the 29th. How many months we got left to July? Because I don't know if we could wait to July. We need another big moment.
Yeah.
We need another big moment, Pressure. So
it's going to be the new year. I'm hoping so.
What's in the works? I know the documentary's coming. Is there anything else we should be looking forward to? Yeah,
so I'm working on an album. I have an EP. My album is called Transparent. And on that project, I got an unreleased joint with Fred the Godson and Ransom. I have something with Murder Mook. Day Uno, King LVT, Lieutenant, couple newer acts that I'm working with.
Right.
Yeah, working on that album. And actually me and Day Uno, the guy that's on Big Tipper, we have a whole EP together. So I got like
a joint project.
Yes. I got like 3 albums kind of sitting. You know what it is? I'm strong on marketing. So it's one thing to just let it go, but I like to be strategic.
So that's in the works. That's coming soon.
Yes, sir.
Listen, you got a lot of things going on. Tell them your Instagram, how they can follow you, get in tune with everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. So y'all can follow me on Instagram at PressureOnline, Twitter at PressureOnline _ You can Google PressureOnline. I'm in the nearest news site. Just pull it up.
And we're not going to wait till July for the next big thing.
Nah, of course not. Hopefully.
Top of the year. We got what, like a month, 2 months left.
Yeah.
It's time to go crazy. Pressure Online in the building. DJ Drewski, the movement. Anything else? Any last words for the people? For Jersey City?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's out there doing their thing. I want to give a shout out to my lady Lexus, O'Dally Networks, Ibn, Spot JC, couple places out in the city that's doing things for the community. Shout out to I Am The Plug, Janaea. It's a lot of people out there that be, clothing vendors. Like they be, a lot of people be supporting me, man. So yeah, I just gotta say thank you to everybody.
Well, we appreciate you as far as the DJ. Shout out to Wallah, even myself. I want to say thank you for what holding us down when we need you. I think I hit you. Yo, pull up to the baby shower and you was there, no problem.
For sure.
So keep doing what you do. Make sure you follow him. Get in tune with everything. New music, documentary, all that is coming. It's the new movement. We out. Bow.
Okay. Yeah. Spent 5K on a gold plate. All white whip, no Colgate. Squad drip down in that Dolce. Henny down a rock like Coldplay. Team getting cream, Olay. Shorty throw it back, rotate. Fuck a random bitch like a soulmate. Her friend wanted two, okay.